Guys, Kabiyesi is about to lose Queen Naomi again if this information is true. But my prayer is that it doesn't happen. But if eventually happens, I will blame Kabiyesi for it over the news we have been hearing. If all the information we are gathering is the truth, because from what we heard, initially the initial arrangement with this Iyamifa was that she is going to stay until Queen Naomi returns back to the palace. And with all the news we have been hearing that the woman have been doing a great job right there in the palace, stopping the plans of these evil ones and destroying their manipulations on Kabiyesi and all of that. But all of a sudden, we heard that she is leaving, even when Queen Naomi have not returned, all because of Kabiyesi's decision. So right now they said when Kabiyesi left the palace to Lagos to spend time with Queen Naomi and Tadenikawo, something happened. Something happened in the palace such that they said Iyagba started screaming and was saying that the land of Ife land, the Ife land, especially inside that palace, is disturbed. That there is something happening on the land and it is not good for the land. And we do know that the women that Kabiyesi married, they have been planning and trying everything within their power to come into the palace and bury one thing or the other, such that the palace will be conducive for them to stay. And Kabiyesi have been stopping that. While Iyamifa was in there, Iyamifa have been stopping that, ensuring that it did not happen. And with the help of the security guards too, the newly employed ones, they have been unable to achieve that quest. But only recently, we heard that the security guard have been arrested. Iyamifa left the palace. Kabiyesi left the palace. Everywhere became open for them again. And that did not go well because that was the night they said Iyagba started crying, saying that the land is disturbed, that a lot of things has happened in the land, that these people have started again. And one thing about this Iyagba is that they say she know they carry fake. Anything where she talk, it dey happen like that. So for that reason, when Kabiyesi returned back from his journey to Lagos, they told him how Iyagba was crying. They said Iyagba called him and told him that the land is disturbed, that something have happened on the land that is against the land and the land is shaking. They said Kabiyesi was afraid. The reason for his fear is because he know the kind of women that he got married to. He know that most of the elders are against Queen Naomi's return. And one thing we should all know in this life is there is this tendency that these people might start manipulating Kabiyesi again, such that this Queen Naomi's return might be jeopardized. But in any case, we should be we should always be positive. Let the will of God be done. That has been my say on this. Let the will of God be done. If God really wants Queen Naomi to return back to that palace, she is going to return. If not so, God will put her in a position that she will be happy after all. So when Kabiyesi returned back with this news, they said he was disturbed and he ordered the guards to go and search the whole part of the palace and see if there's anything that have been buried on the ground. But I asked myself, how are they going to achieve that? Because we heard that that night that Iyagba started crying, that the palace was in darkness. The light was off. There was no light anywhere. And this is a very good time for these people to achieve whatever it is that they have done. And you cannot tell me that they did it without the knowledge of some guards. They must have paid some guards off in order to achieve that. Because even if the chief security guard is not there, there are other guards that are in that palace and I don't think they will be sleeping. They will know if anything goes wrong. Even when that light off, I believe that these people must have paid them off. These people must have bribed them to have their way. And this issue of doing this some sacrifices in the palace by Igbi and the Blow such that they can come into the palace and be safe. Recall that for some time we have been hearing that they cannot come into the palace and stay for some time without experiencing inching unless Kabiyesi invited them. And the information have it that it is as a result of the Buri report. So, and the only solution for them to stop that inching is to come into the palace, do some sacrifices and bury some things in the palace to subdue the power that is causing them that. And they have been trying to achieve that, and Kabiyesi have been stopping them. And with the help of the newly employed security guards, they were able to stop them completely until only recently that they set the guard, the chief security guard up, because it's a core setup that they did on him. They set him up, they took him out of the way, and they have their way. And coupled with the fact that Kabiyesi was not at in the palace that night, of course you don't blame Kabiyesi, because Kabiyesi will not always be in the palace so as to prevent certain things. But I believe that he shouldn't have allowed Iyamifa to leave the palace. Had it been Iyamifa was there, they wouldn't have succeeded. Even if they let them off the whole light. Iyagba, her own is that she will see things, but I don't think she can do anything to prevent them. But Iyamifa, she will see it and she will also subdue them. That is why she is very, very important in that palace. And they said while she was leaving that Dr. Elizabeth was not happy, that she was crying. Reason is because Iyamifa was not leaving because she really want to leave, but because Kabiyesi did not heed to her advice from what we heard. So that is why I said at the beginning of this video that if Kabiyesi loses Queen Naomi again over what these people must have come to the palace to do or what they are still doing, I will blame Kabiyesi for it. But in any case, I will also say maybe it is not time, because when it is time for anything, nothing can stop it. I don't know if you know that part of the Bible very well. If it is time for anything, nothing can stop it. Not even juju. Even the person himself or herself cannot even stop that from happening. There is time for everything. So, when these people the guards enter the palace, they say they have been searching everywhere. They have searched the palace in and out, all corners, even at the vegetative areas and every place. They did not see anything that is buried anywhere. I just laugh. Do you know why I laugh? Even if these people bury anything, they will cover it in such a way that nobody will know that they buried anything there. Yes, even though the guys are saying they did not see anything, they said Iyagba is still saying that they buried something, that the land is shaking, that the land is not happy, that something that is against the land have happened on the land, that they have buried something that night. Then why did they off the light? Claiming that the generator had developed fault, that tomorrow they are going to call the people that will come and fix it and all of that. Anyways, I don't know what to say, but all I can say is that let the will of God be done. Thanks for watching. I want to remind you that these are all alleged information, okay? Always bear that in mind. Tell me what you think about the video on the comment section. And don't forget that they are all rumored information. I really appreciate your support for me, for always being part of this channel. Thank you so much. My God will bless you. Bye. Love you guys.